Ever wondered why a simple name became the internet's go-to insult for entitled behavior? And why does it always seem to be a boomer woman? That seemingly innocent question about a common name unravels a fascinating and sometimes uncomfortable story about generational divides, social media power, and the complex ways we call out bad behavior. We're going to dig into the meme that swept the internet, from its murky origins to its deep-seated cultural implications, and figure out why Karen became the face of a particular kind of privilege. Get ready to understand why asking to speak to the manager became a global phenomenon. So, where did Karen even come from? It's not like one day someone just woke up and decided to name a meme after their Aunt Karen. The truth is, the term evolved, bubbling up from various corners of the internet before coalescing into the specific cultural shorthand we know today. One of the earliest widely cited origins points to a character from the 1990 Martin Scorsese film Goodfellas. Karen Hill, played by Lorraine Bracco, is a woman who, despite being married to a mobster, exhibits a certain level of aggressive entitlement and a willingness to confront authority when she feels wronged. While not the exact Karen archetype, the seeds of a strong-willed, confrontational woman were planted. Fast forward to the early 2010s, and the internet was starting to hum with what we now recognize as meme culture. Online forums and Reddit threads, particularly one infamous Reddit post from 2017 titled, "You Karen," helped popularize the specific persona. This post described a divorced woman named Karen, who took the kids and was generally seen as awful by the ex-husband. This narrative, whether true or not, added a layer of grievance and perceived unfairness to the character. It built upon existing stereotypes of a demanding, often unreasonable woman. But the true explosion of the Karen meme came when it started to embody a very specific set of behaviors. The middle-aged white woman who demands to speak to the manager, believes she's above store policy, and often exhibits aggressive, sometimes racially charged behavior towards service workers or people of color. The visual shorthand of the asymmetrical bob haircut, often highlighted in early memes, cemented this image in the collective consciousness. It wasn't just a name anymore. It was a character with a distinct look and an even more distinct attitude. Now, for the million-dollar question, why is Karen almost always a boomer woman? It's not just random. This particular demographic became the target for a confluence of social, economic, and historical reasons that younger generations, particularly Gen Z and millennials, are keenly aware of. Let's start with the economic reality. Many baby boomers experienced a period of unprecedented economic prosperity and stability in their working lives that allowed them to accumulate wealth and power. This often translates, rightly or wrongly, into a perceived sense of entitlement or an expectation that things should work a certain way for them. Younger generations, facing precarious job markets, crushing student debt, and stagnant wages, often see this Karen behavior as a stark contrast to their own struggles, breeding resentment. Then, there's the element of social privilege. The Karen meme frequently highlights instances where white women leverage their social standing, and sometimes even their race, to intimidate or control situations, often at the expense of service workers or minority groups. Think of the Central Park Karen incident in 2020, where a white woman called the police on a black birdwatcher, falsely accusing him of threatening her. These high-profile incidents, amplified by social media, crystallize the image of Karen as someone who weaponizes her privilege. For many, especially Gen Z and millennials, who grew up in an era of heightened social justice awareness, calling out this kind of behavior became paramount. The term became a tool to publicly shame and hold accountable individuals who were seen as acting with unearned authority and often with harmful intent. Furthermore, there's a cultural clash. Boomers grew up in a different world, often with different social norms regarding service, customer interactions, and even public decorum. What might have been considered assertive or standing up for oneself in previous decades is now, through the lens of social media and changing societal values, seen as entitled, rude, or even discriminatory. The digital natives, Gen Z and millennials, are quick to record and share these interactions, shining a spotlight on behaviors that might have previously gone unchallenged. Here's the rub. While Karen effectively calls out problematic behavior, it also introduces a challenge. Is it fair to use a common name as a derogatory term? Some argue that it's ageist and misogynistic, unfairly targeting women, particularly older women, for behaviors that men or younger people might also exhibit. They suggest it risks becoming a blanket insult that dismisses legitimate complaints or anxieties, and that it reinforces negative stereotypes. However, proponents argue that Karen isn't about the name itself, or even necessarily the age. It's about the behavior it represents, a specific brand of entitled aggression, often coupled with a lack of empathy and a willingness to use social power to assert dominance. They see it as a necessary linguistic tool to identify and critique a specific pattern of privilege-fueled actions, especially in a world where those actions often go unpunished. The ubiquity of the meme allows a collective understanding and condemnation of such acts, providing a platform for people who have been on the receiving end of Karen behavior to feel seen and validated. Ultimately, Karen became a shorthand, a cultural flashpoint, symbolizing the friction between different generations and their understanding of respect, privilege, and personal responsibility in an increasingly interconnected world. It's a powerful meme precisely because it touches on real social dynamics, even as it simplifies them into a single, recognizable figure. So, the next time you hear someone mention a Karen, you'll know it's not just about a haircut or a name. It's a complex reflection of societal shifts, economic disparities, and the ongoing conversation about privilege and accountability in the digital age. If you want to understand more about how memes shape our culture, check out this video right here.